All right, well, we saw a couple of spotty showers out there earlier today across southeast Louisiana, but those showers have since diminished. Now we're just left over with some cloudy weather conditions, and it's still a tad breezy out there in some locations. But the bigger picture right now, however, is showing our next weather maker positioned just north of us in the form of a cold front. And you see it is bringing some cloudy weather conditions and some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms to parts of the southern United States. And that system is expected to continue to make its way south, while also bringing us our next best chance of showers and thunderstorms here to come as well. Meanwhile, Futurecast picking up on some of the leftover cloudy skies that we've been dealing with here so far this evening. Maybe a spotty shower or two possible underneath some of those thicker clouds. Not out of the question here either, but here comes that frontal boundary beginning to make its way into southeast Louisiana by 4 o'clock in the morning. And out ahead of that front, we could be looking at some showers and storms developing across parts of the North Shore into South Mississippi. By 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, that front will continue to make its way south, and you can see showers and thunderstorms beginning to erupt across the New Orleans metro into South Mississippi as well. And that front should begin to clear southeast Louisiana by 1 o'clock in the day, along with much of the moisture here as it continues to make its way south and away from southeast Louisiana. Going into the tomorrow evening time frame, just a few leftover clouds behind that front, maybe a spotty shower possible across parts of southern Mississippi. But by Saturday morning, there could be some widespread, maybe even some dense fog that we'll have to keep a close watch on going into the early part of the weekend. But before by around noon on Saturday, that is when that fog should begin to clear out, and we'll be in better shape by that point. Rainfall forecast doesn't look very impressive over the next few days. That front begins to move through. That could give us some rain, only around less than a ½ inch of rainfall. And we could definitely use a lot more than that. As you can see, Terrebonne Parish, the latest drought monitor update shows that we are now been upgraded to an extreme drought condition. The rest of the bayou down towards the coast considered severe drought status, and moderate drought conditions continue across much of the New Orleans metro, while the North Shore into South Mississippi continues to report abnormally dry weather conditions. Wind speeds here coming from the south at around 10 to 15 miles an hour, so a slight breeze remains intact, but no gusty conditions here for the rest of the evening. 77 degrees was our high temperature today in New Orleans. That put us 8 degrees above the average of 69. The low was 63. That's also well above the average of 52 degrees. Temperatures right now, though, have come down since then into the low 70s. Lows tomorrow morning only expected to fall into the low 60s. It will be a mild start here to the day tomorrow, with highs expected to reach the mid to even upper 70s. And going forward, it looks like highs will stay into the mid to upper 70s going through the mid part of the week. There's a good chance that we may reach 80 degrees about a week from now coming up on Thursday. And going into the beginning of the week here coming up in March, we're still expected to stay well above average for this time of the year. So temperatures are not expected to change too much. These warmer conditions expected to continue for quite some time. So looking ahead into the rest of the weekend, conditions continue to remain pretty quiet. We'll be dealing with the east to southeasterly wind flow to help keep our temperatures pretty warm and mild. You see the stationary front position to the north of us, not really expected to impact our weather too much, as it will continue to move very slowly, fluctuate here, mainly north of us, keeping the moisture away for the most part. We'll be dealing with a bit of an east to southeast wind as we go into next week too, to help keep us pretty warm, while much of the moisture stays well off to the west of us here, however. And that's your WDSU First Warning 70 forecast, staying pretty warm, and some rain chances tomorrow, maybe even again coming up about a week from